Welcome to NYNJPA Weather, your weather source for the Northern Mid-Atlantic. I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino, and this is the Weekend Discussion. The surface map as of 9 a.m. shows high pressure is in complete control along much of the East Coast, with a cold front approaching the Northern Mid-Atlantic from the Great Lakes. Now for today, a southwesterly wind and skies generally clear will lead to temperatures well above normal, with highs in the mid-60s over the northern interior to lower to possibly even mid-70s over portions of the New York City and Philadelphia metropolitan area. I think you have the best shot for seeing around 73 to 76 degrees over portions of interior Monmouth County down through southwestern New Jersey. So it clearly is going to be a great day to go outside and enjoy the weather. It's going to be a great end to the week. Unfortunately, these conditions are not going to last very long. The cold front that's over the Great Lakes will move through the northern Mid-Atlantic tonight. Not much in way of precipitation, could be an isolated shower. But behind that cold front, temperatures return to near normal, which basically means highs in the lower to mid-50s, which still really isn't that bad of a weekend. High pressure that is currently over the southern shores of the Hudson Bay will move over the northern Mid-Atlantic this weekend, producing clear skies and generally light winds. Overall, like I said, not bad of a weekend for the most part for this time of year. So let's move to the European model guidance from the Penn State eWall, and this is for Saturday evening at 850 millibars. And the reason why I want to show you this is that there's a lot of confusion throughout the internet reading the 850 millibar temperatures and trying to use them like you would use them in January and February. When we get into the spring months, especially mid to late March and as we move into April, 850 millibar temperatures that are below zero are not the same as what you would expect in January and February because we have a higher sun angle and the sun's up longer. Perfect case is this weekend, where temperatures are below freezing at 850 millibars, but we're expecting highs in the lower to mid 50s, which is again near normal. Why is this important? Well, when we look at the potential storm that some people are calling for Wednesday and Thursday, I want you to keep an eye on the 850 millibar temperatures. And remember, under sunny skies and clear conditions, even at night, temperatures are averaging near normal, with temperatures below freezing at 850 millibars. Recognize that with these temperatures at the surface are in the 50s, which clearly would not support snow, right? Okay, let's move forward. So high pressure will be in control through Monday afternoon. By Monday evening here, an area low pressure will be moving up towards the St. Lawrence River Valley. We'll have a warm front move through with a few scattered showers, and we get very warm on Tuesday morning into Tuesday afternoon, looking at temperatures in the upper 50s, possibly a few lower 60s, generally slightly above normal, with the next area low pressure starting to develop over the Central Plains and Northeastern Rockies. And of course we have our cold high pressure system over the Hudson Bay. Now I want you to keep an eye on these 850 millibar temperatures. Now obviously over the northern Mid-Atlantic, temperatures are getting rather warm with up to 10 degrees Celsius at 850 millibars on Monday evening. So we're clearly entering a very warm period for Tuesday afternoon with temperatures again in the upper 50s to lower 60s. But that's not what's important here. Take a look over central Canada here, and I want you to recognize that temperatures with this cold air mass range anywhere from minus 20 degrees Celsius to minus 26 degrees Celsius at the core of this Arctic air mass, which is, again, pretty much all up in northern Canada. I want you to remember that from when we go forward, and I think you'll see why once we do. So let's move forward to Wednesday night at 500 millibars, and I want to point out a few things. One, our upper level low that's to the east, or actually really northeast of the Canadian Maritimes, is far weaker on the ensemble model guidance and also further north. On the ensemble model guidance is simply a trough, and that's important to recognize because if you have a upper level low around portions of Quebec and you have another upper level low off the coast of Newfoundland, then really something's not right here with the way the model guidance is handling this whole situation. And oh, by the way, there's another upper level low even further north around Greenland. In reality, I think what we're dealing with here is a weakening polar vortex that is sitting up around southwestern Greenland. Ensemble guidance is certainly pointing in that direction. And of course, I want to also keep everyone in mind that the Pacific remains very progressive with another disturbance slamming into the west coast. This is not a positive PNA pattern. It is a pattern that suggests that we have a progressive ridge over much of western North America, which means that this disturbance is progressive as well and will move east-northeast over the next few days from this point on Wednesday night. So keep in mind of all these factors. One, this upper level low is likely not going to be as strong. Two, we have a progressive pattern over the Pacific moving into the west coast. And three, this disturbance, which is a positively tilted trough, will move east-northeast towards the northern mid-Atlantic. Now remember all the points I made about 850 millibars for this weekend and for Monday night. First of all, notice over Canada, the coldest temperatures we have is around minus 20 degrees Celsius. The coldest temperatures in North America, should I say in the Northern Hemisphere, is in Asia. Why is this important? Well, this is showing us that this cold air mass is moderating. It's weakening as it's moving east-southeast. So really what we're dealing with here is a weakening cold air mass. Also notice that our 850 millibar temperatures are below freezing, and that's true. But they're not very cold. They're anywhere between 2 to 8 degrees Celsius below zero. And in the ensemble guidance where the storm is moving a little bit further north, it's more around 2 to 6 degrees below zero through central New Jersey, and then above zero to the south of central New Jersey. And remember, those temperatures with sunny conditions correlated to lower to mid 50s. If you throw in rain, because the evaporation cooling, you'd end up with basically lower to mid 40s, clearly not supporting snow. If you want snow, this blue line here, which about minus 10 degrees Celsius, has to be south of New Jersey with heavy precipitation. That's clearly not the setup for Wednesday night, and it won't be for Thursday either. In fact, this air mass will continue to modify. And so at the surface, what I'm expecting is that this area low pressure actually tracks through central New Jersey. This storm over the Canadian Maritimes is actually going to be further north and east than what's shown in the model guidance this morning. I like the ensemble guidance a little bit better, and the Canadian model guidance as well, which keeps this storm in the Atlantic further north, and of course the track of this storm over the Tennessee River Valley further north as well. This is a rain event, ladies and gentlemen. It is not in any way, shape, or form a snowstorm or even a remote snow threat unless you live in the highest elevations in New England. Let's take a quick look into the end of next week. You can see we still have a progressive pattern. A ridge is trying to establish itself over much of the United States. Our trough is over the Atlantic, and we have another trough developing over the Pacific. When we look at 850 millibar temperatures, the coldest temperatures at 850 millibars throughout North America is minus 10 degrees Celsius, maybe minus 12 degrees Celsius. And that basically means that there's really no cold air in North America by this point next week. And that's a huge statement that basically says we're either near or we're above normal in this upcoming pattern. So the end of this month is looking rather warm. And so what this means is that if you're making plans for next weekend, look for temperatures near normal with high pressure and control. It's going to be another nice weekend. I would not be surprised if many locations are actually close to 60 or even above 60 as we move closer towards this weekend. If this high pressure system is actually a little bit further to the east and off the coast, we could certainly see a rather warm and comfortable weekend for next weekend. Thank you for trusting in NYNJPA Weather as your weather source for the Northern Mid-Atlantic. I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino. Have a great weekend.